Welcome back, Tarot fam. We are still talking about Hunter Biden. And in this video, we're going to talk a little bit about his personality and the way that he maneuvers himself. I just finished London Roberts' book, The Out of the Shadows, which is the story of her relationship with Hunter Biden. It's very different what she says. You know, it's kind of the opposite of the PR that we heard when all of her information started leaking out. So she's a pretty interesting character, but at the same time, she's interesting because of the way the information about her was changed around in the big media. So let's take a look at that, and you know, we'll talk a little bit about his behavior in that relationship, and we're specifically going to look at the way that he manipulated her toward the end of the relationship. This isn't a condemnation of her or him. It's a circumstance that came up. And I just think that she is probably a very, very nice person and probably a very good person. Seems like her family's pretty tight in the book. I just see that she was manipulated by this person. So we'll be right back. Welcome back, Tarot fam. So in this video, we're specifically going to look at the machinations of Hunter Biden, but we're going to not look at the two court cases. We're actually going to look at his behavior with London Roberts, his baby mama. So catch up to speed. London Roberts was and if you are so inclined, get her book, Out of the Shadows. I could not get it on Audible. I actually had to read it. So that meant I was struggling through it every night, falling asleep while I was reading, hitting myself in the head with my e-reader, with my Kindle. So, but it just happens like that. So those of you that don't know me, I do like to read and listen at the same time. It's just better for the way my brain works. Try it. It's actually really great. It's like being a little kid with those read-along books, Bink, where you turn the page. So London Roberts was a student. She's from Arkansas, and she went up to Washington, D.C. to study CSI type work. While she was there, she went to a party at the Swedish consulate. I think it's the Swedish consulate. And Hunter Biden had offices in there and was partying away in a pair of boxer shorts with parrots on them. He was, I think, almost twice her age. But she heard him in this darkened room. She went in, made friends with him. They developed a relationship over a period of time. He had thrown her a party for her birthday in a hotel, spent a lot of time with her, did a lot of splashing with her, splashing money around, you know, treating her fairly nicely. She became like a personal assistant to him and was on the payroll and also on the health insurance along with another gal. She found out that she was pregnant with her daughter, Navy, who is adorable. She's on the front cover. Very, very cute, beautiful little girl, both gorgeous blondes. Presently, after finding out she was pregnant, Hunter ghosted her. Throughout the pregnancy, there was limited contact, back and forth contact. Initially, he had said, you know, whatever you want to do, we can do this. Then she wound up having the baby on her own, you know, with her parents' support, of course, her family support, her girlfriend's support. Love that tribe of girlfriends. And he initially denied paternity and denied even knowing her, said, you know, he was in a really bad spot. In his book, Beautiful Things, he says that he didn't recall the relationships that he engaged in, even the temporary part-time one-night stands kind of things. So He really was a jerk. They went to court, and part of the paternity process, he had thrown out there that she would be responsible for the testing fees if it proved that the baby was not his, which is just a really mean. She's a regular person. She's not a multimillionaire. She's a regular person. Oh, and it does. She was not a dancer. She actually became an employee at a club, a dance club. The mainstream media pitched her as a stripper, and that's where he met her, and that's not the case according to her book. The case according to her book is that that was work she picked up after getting involved with him. So kind of interesting that she wandered into that kind of lifestyle. Totally understand. I had a lot of girlfriends that worked in clubs like that when I was in college, and it is good money. It is, serious money if you can compartmentalize the stuff that you have to do in the lifestyle that it is. But anyway, so what really interests me is when he was initially they offered her the opportunity to adopt her daughter as a single parent, so it would absolve him of any parental responsibilities with no payout. They just were like, yeah, just go on your merry way, tra la la. They then changed that to an offer of adoption and $250,000, which those of us that have kids know that that's not that much. Then they offered like a monthly stipend. She couldn't use the child support, not a monthly stipend, but child support. She couldn't use the by name. They didn't want her to do that. And they also asked her at one point to sign an NDA and not talk about it. It's really not cool. Then Jill Biden had wrote a book about Joey and listed all the names of the grandchildren except for Navy, really rotten, and then had all the Christmas stockings up that same year for all the grandchildren and the pets, omitting Navy. So to date, I don't know if Joe and Jill have ever met this child. I don't know if Hunter, at the end of the book, it says that they are doing Zoom meetings. There was one point where $20,000 a month was the child support allotment. And London's lawyer, well done, man. Well done. $20,000 a month for child support. It was presently lowered to $5,000 a month. And within just a few weeks, Hunter Biden, he was crying poverty. And within a few weeks, he was renting out a $15,000 Malibu house. So that money went to the Malibu house. But London is actually pretty pragmatic about it, because she says, the agreement was he was going to engage in some kind of relationship with his daughter. And he did. But when they go into the discussions with just the two of them at that point, he really lays it on thick. And I'm wondering if he is more of a king of cups or a king of swords. Which one is it? Is he manipulating people's emotions? Let's check it out. But as always, thank you so much for being here. And I'm going to bring up the card view now, because you guys are here for cards. You don't want to hear me reporting everything. So let's see. How did he really feel about London's pregnancy when she told him? Oh, he just wanted to end that relationship. Yeah, he wanted out. He actively wanted out of that. It wasn't worth his time. Under the surface, this was a bad look. He needed to be concerned about the legacy of his father's politics. Now, over here, the Three of Wands, this was having a great time. The Three of Wands, we are in the ethereal. We are this is shortly in the past. This is our suitcase position, what he needs to go and pack in that suitcase and bring forward, or unpack out of the suitcase and leave it in the past. So here he was just operating on feel good. Wands are feel good. We're jumping at the chance. We're having a great time. You know, why are you bringing up old stuff? Just live in this moment. And here we're just living in the moment as well. So, you know, part of him, I think that this was a very lustful circumstance that he had with her. And I'm sorry. You know, no one wants to hear that you are the Saturday night girlfriend and not the, you know, 6-day a week wife, like in Goodfellas. This really was a relationship that he was incapable of having any emotion. And one of the things that London Roberts says is that he drops the I love yous all the time. You know, I come from a family that's not super, super demonstrative with their emotions. I am incredibly demonstrative with my children and with my husband, with my emotions and my affections. It's very disconcerting for my husband because his family was a bit reserved as well. You know, but he's learned, he's into it now. So this, you know, the overflow of emotion, I want you to look. There's no cups here. There is not a single cup on the board. This is all wands here, and a little bit of swords and a lot of money. Okay. This was a situation where he said, can I pay it to go away? Can I make this go away? I don't think he was looking for any kind of longevity. I think he was looking to stop the process, but he did not say that. London was not agreeable to any of the options that are present when women find themselves in this situation. She was not open to that. She did not want to go through that circumstance. She was absolutely going to have her child by any means. So this was a situation I think he really did want to drop some money on her and say, just make it go away. You know, complicated for the election process. So how did he feel when she said, I'm going through with this, I'm doing it? This is the whole process of ghosting. This is where he actually ghosted her. Two of Cups. He broke up with her. He emotionally broke up with her, and secured his house. At his core, there was a lot of lying. The King of Swords in reverse is a big fat liar. Any of our sword people are big fat liars. He said what he said, and then he got out. You know, a quick word. Like he probably dropped a few hints and was just like, yeah, I'll see you around. Like everyone knows that's a bad thing. Back here, the Four of Pentacles, it is protecting the legacy of the family. This was his main and his own family. You know, he already had 3 daughters at the time. He did not yet have his son and his new wife. And there's the Queen of Swords. He's going to keep this story going. He's going to say, I didn't do this. It had nothing to do with me. This person is ill-intended, but I am not. I am well-intended. He wanted this just to speed away, and they wanted to vilify her. You know, essentially, this strength card, losing control of one's tongue. And I want you to see our Queen of Swords with her little baby there. Oh my. Oh my. So, you know, if there is ever a combination that says your child is illegitimate and not mine, that's what we're looking at here. This child is illegitimate. I'm not going to. And look at all these swords, guys. The only cups that we had are that one cup. That one cup. So no, I don't think he is capable of emotion. I don't think he is. So, or he was not at the time. So let's see. The manipulation that I saw at the end of the book when they had their face-to-face at the child support reduction and visitation summit, let's put it that way. So basically what happened was he went into filed to reduce his child support by $15,000 a month. And the concession that London Roberts made, and I do feel that that was in earnest, was that he would start to establish a meaningful relationship with the child. And so according to the book, the Zoom calls have continued. He's been very sweet with this child, and no face-to-face has happened yet. But I do feel that there was some level of manipulation of London in there. This style of manipulation, am I reading it right? Am I seeing the manipulation as it occurred? 10 of Cups, everything's great. We're sweet and funky and dandy. Let's work together as a team. Let's correct this issue. But we've got that 7 of Cups. That can either be selection of choices. We get lots of choices, lots of options here. Or it can be gaslighting. 9 of Cups to give everyone what they want. And 6 of Cups in the upright. That's a good thing. Lovers, we're not going to be together. We're not going to be working together. But this is going to get him out of trouble. He is going through the process. Does he love this child? Does he love this child? 4 of Cups. He's not doing it from afar. 6 of Pentacles. He's not going to give her all the money in the world. And Page of Swords. So yes, he's doing the right thing. The cutoff here really is the support of the mother. This is such a bourgeois kind of response that he has to this, that I'm just not going to feed the pig for the mama. And she does not, London Roberts does not come off as lazy or someone who's just looking for that handout, just looking for the payoff. We do see these types. She does not come off as that type in any of the interviews. She did a great interview with what's her face, Megyn Kelly. She did an interview with her, which was great. He really wants to be sweet to this child because she's a child. He can relate to children very, very well. But he wants to make sure that London knows that there is no opportunity of getting together again. Like it's almost like, oh, I know I'm like such a catch. Is he? He really doesn't want to give her any money. I think we'll see another negotiation for another reduction of child support if his court cases go in the wrong direction. So let's see that. I do think he's trying. I do think he's trying with this child. I think his I think he has come around after, you know, she's born like 4 years ago. More than, I think she was born in, I'm not sure. I can't look it up right now. Sorry guys, I'm not looking it up. But the kid is, I think, in school at this point. So is he going to request changes if he is convicted? Do we have changes if he's convicted? Yes, he's going to be out of money. Yes, there's no money. The Star, there's no opportunity to see any future for his money. Massive, massive changes. Massive changes. Not happy. There we go. 3 of Cups in the reverse again. And there's really nothing that we can do. There's no assets. There's no income. There's no investments that are generating money. This is the story that's going to be told. So again, that 10 of Cups in reverse, all the cups are in reverse, and Temperance. They're going to reestablish her support and visitation based on the conviction and sentencing. We're going to see that it's going to change. How does he feel about this? How does Hunter feel about this? Again, he's happy about the breakups. Like, you know, he gets footloose and fancy free again. Out of money. And free to do what he wants in the future. Huh. Interesting, right? So we'll just have to see. We'll have to see how this turns out. So thank you so much for watching this. I'm going to link London Roberts' book down below if you guys would like to read it. I thought it was a good read. Wasn't necessarily a fast read because of all the stuff that I have going on, but I do think it's a quick read if you don't have a lot going on. I think you could read it in like a couple of afternoons, like a Saturday and Sunday afternoon. It's cozy fall. You can curl up with a little bit of hot cider, maybe a shot of whiskey in it, and just have a nice read. So I hope you enjoyed this. As always, thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Also, join my membership if you want, and you will get exclusive videos, exclusive lives, cute little emojis that you can use, and priority chatting. So I'll be able to see your chats much easier and your comments much easier. So comment down below. Let me know what you think. I think London Roberts is an okay gal. I absolutely think that she's an okay gal. She's very pretty. Seems like she's got her head in the right place now. I just hope she's not too daydreamy. So next video, what we're going to do is we're going to look at how his marriage is going to be affected by this, because he is married to a South African gal and they have a young son. So let's see what's going on with that. So I'll see you in the next one. Thanks so much.